Love the demo? What changed in early access? Welcome to another Moz Play video. This is Moz Mojito, and today we're going to be getting into a pirate survival style game, and it's going to be the pilot episode. We're playing Windrose. Let's get to All right, so we played this Windrose here. We're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. We played the demo before, but we're just gonna go ahead and create the same kind of character that we had during the demo, just to see if there's any major differences from the demo to the live early access version. So we're gonna go ahead and speed through this early start here, getting our character all set up, and jump right into the gameplay. Okay, so we got the character that we want created, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. Let's see how this goes. All right, so getting started here. See how this goes here. Again, messing with my microphone levels here. I think it might be too low, too high, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. So we'll make adjustments accordingly. Okay, so a very similar intro so far. This is kind of what we saw in the demo, but just giving you a little text background of the story. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the adventure. So first I want to get my settings right here. The dash and dodge is really important in this game, especially blocking. Okay, so we got the doctor here basically giving us a background of what's going on. The ship basically got raided by enemy pirates. So I am going to try to help my crew as best I can. We got the doctor, ship's doctor here, trying to care for the crew, at least who he can. And we're going to try to make our way out. So we got to follow the tutorial, otherwise we won't be able to advance the story. So here we go. First fight. Fortunately, a lot of the fighting style is pretty predictable, so it's just a matter of understanding the pattern and then dodging out of the way or blocking where you need to. But more importantly, locking on is going to make it a lot easier when you're doing. So, like I said earlier, you can't really advance the tutorial or the story unless you follow the instructions on screen. I could easily beat that guy, but I had to do all the blocking mechanics first before I can even advance the story. All right. So, in true survival fashion, we end up on the beach here. So, we're going to go ahead and pick up some resources. All your typical things that you would find in a survival game, stones and sticks, which are going to be kind of the basic building blocks of what you need to get a camp started. So, I'm going to go around, do some collection here. But at the same time, keep an eye on my missions on the right side. There are a lot of horns here on the beach. I think you can actually get food out of these. I can't remember from the demo. I do remember seeing these, but for now, we're going to focus on getting the sticks and stones that we need so that we can get this bonfire built. And that's pretty much going to be the heart of the base. So I'm going to try to remember where I had a nice little base set up in the demo, and then kind of set up in the same spot. You'll see a lot of these ships here that have supply cache that are very useful. So I'll make sure I be picking those up too. They also have some weapons on them too, so that's also very useful. So you'll see me stopping and doing. Okay, so the main thing that I wanted to do was find a spot that's close to the cave. The cave is here in the center of the map. I just ran by it, but that's going to have a lot of good copper resources there. So I'm really still trying to look for a good opening. I think I remember where I built the base during the demo, but I got to keep an eye on my stamina too, because the boars are pretty aggressive. They will attack you when you're not paying attention, but somewhere around this mine, I'm going to go ahead and build a base. I just got to find that right spot before I put that bonfire down. So I pretty much run around this whole island here. It looks like the copper deposit is the center of the base. There's a couple of ruins here. There's a 15 men on the dead man chest quest location. Find a pirate's chest. So that's something that's worth looking at. There's a question mark out here. I think that is the thing that's glowing the water. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and build a base facing that glowing question mark. That way I could just run to the copper cave to get some resources. So I'll go ahead and get set up. Mainly wanted to just kind of run around, clear the fog of war here with the island so that I can really see where all the resources are. I found the sweet potato, which is going to be very helpful early on surviving. We've got some chili peppers here, cayenne peppers. That's going to be helpful too when we're cooking. And we got plenty of trees and stuff here. Also got a lot of boars here, so that's going to be helpful when we're crafting to get some of that leather off of them. And also they do drop some boar meat. Here is a familiar ruin. I do remember this ruin because I had the dodos over here. I think I did actually build a base over here because I have a nice little inlet here for a ship. So, and it's not too far away from, let me go check out this area here. I don't remember this little peninsula sticking out in the water, but I'm gonna go check it out anyway. This might be a good spot. There's not a lot of resources here. That's the only bad thing. So, but this might be a good spot. Maybe for a dock when we're actually sailing. I really can't get out to that glowing thing until I actually have a ship. I don't know if I can swim that far. I can't remember if there's sharks in this game or not. But I think we're gonna go ahead and let's see here. Yeah, I think we're gonna build somewhere close, but not on the water. And I'm running out of stamina like crazy because I'm hungry. Basically, my character has a little hunger symbol there on the screen. So that's pretty much the reason why I really can't run very far without getting tired. So we got some treasure here. Let's take a look at this. See what we got in here. Twist of Fancy, a legendary map, I guess. And something for alchemy, which we can't do yet, but eventually we'll be able to unlock a alchemy bench, but that's a little bit later in the game. I'm thinking this is probably gonna be the best I can get. I really was trying to get to the area that I was at when I was doing the demo, but I can't seem to find it. So this may have to do. Pretty much uncover most of what I needed. I really wonder if I can swim out there. Can I swim out there? Seems kind of far. I don't think I'm gonna chance it. Oh, I'm drowning. Okay, so I'm not gonna even try that because I start taking damage when I was drowning. And his stamina is pretty bad right now until I actually start cooking some food. So we're going to go ahead and come back here on the island, get the base, the bonfire, get a spot for the bonfire, and start going from there. So sometimes you run into these beach zombies. You don't really have to fight them right away. I usually just kind of ignore them. Same thing with the giant crabs. The more shields they have, the tougher they are. And when you first starting off, it's not really worth it because most of the time they end up killing you. So since I'm in the middle of actually trying to find a good spot to build, I'm not really going to mess with those guys right now. They seem to come out at night too. So I notice during the daytime, you really won't see them too much. But you do have to pay attention to them and the giant crabs. Okay, so I'm just curious. I don't have a pickaxe right now, but I do want to see how the entrance of how the cave is looking, if it's the same as it was in the demo. So far, it looks like pretty much the same. Let me see. I think I got a lantern here. Yeah, there you go. So basically, once you have a pickaxe, you can bust through these and get some copper ore so that you can take it back to your base, smelt it, and get some better copper weapons and tools. So for now, we're going to come back to this when we actually have a stone pickaxe, but this is a good spot once you get your base set up to get some needed resources to upgrade your stuff. I think I'll go ahead and build over here by this shield, this logo here. I just want to get close enough to the water so I can actually get out onto a ship once I actually build a dock. That moonshot looks really good. Okay. So this is probably going to be the best I can get. Again, this is the starter island. You'll end up finding much bigger islands as you go about. I can't remember if you can build crafting stations on the ship or not. But you do want to have kind of a nice little starting point by the water, building a bridge or dock out so that you can get in and out of sea. And there's plenty of boards over here too, so we'll be able to get a lot of good resources. And the mine's not too far away from where we are. So, okay, so that's a perfect example of how aggressive the boards can be. I'm not too worried about it though, because I really didn't have anything. I think you dropped some loot, but not too much to be concerned about. I'm trying to remember if they mark your death. Yeah, they do mark your death location on the map. So that is not something the death penalty on here is not too bad, especially starting off. But as you play and you get better gear, you're not going to die as much. So we'll head over to my body, recover my loot, and then we'll go ahead and get building on that bonfire. Now that I pretty much uncovered all of I would say majority of the map has been uncovered. There's some areas up here to the left that probably have to still go and discover what's over there. But I'll go ahead and get my body and then make my way over there to that. Okay, so I went ahead and put a marker on the map. We're going to go ahead and set up a base right here. It's got a nice little cove area here. When I need to discover the hidden thing, I can sell out in the bay here and make my way over to the blue marker in the water. So, and the mine's right here. So it's not too bad. So we'll go ahead and set up right here on this little cove. Something I noticed over here on this marker, there was an area, I don't see it now, but there was like an underground hideout. You can actually see like the broken boards or leaf covers, and you can crush that and go inside, and there was some loot. But I don't see that here on the early access version, so maybe that was just something that was in the demo. So I want to get this placed in such a way that I'm covering the area where the dock is going to go. There's a couple crabs here, a couple zombie pirates here, but maybe over here is a little bit better. Yeah, let me go ahead and put a base right here. This way I can build the dock right there into that cove. Boom. And I can go ahead and build my base maybe back here. I have plenty of access to resources. And from here, this is where I can start building my base. So, building cooking fire. Press B to enter building mode. So let's go ahead and do that. And press right click to select a structure. So we'll go ahead and get the cooking fire down. Not enough resources right now, so we'll have to go out and get some more wood. Yeah, pretty much need wood for everything. We got some storage here. We got floors and walls. Everything needs wood. So I don't have an axe right now, so that's what I'll be working on. It's just going around picking. So as usual, I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And we will see you in the next video.